I tell you what amazes me about these concerts is you all find your way here. You must be used to driving around the West. I mean, I drive in, I can see the Theatre Royal. There's the Theatre Royal, it's over there. It's right turn and off you bloody go. And it's no use following the signpost. Everywhere points to Hatfield. What the hell goes on in Hatfield? There are cars driving around the West End with near skeletons in. You're going, get me out of here! I don't want to go to Hatfield again! I used to I used to drive. Well, I've always driven, but one of the best jobs I ever had. I had loads. I drove a truck for about 10 months. I lost my licence through driving with a reasonable amount of drink. Well, an incredible amount of drink, to be honest. When the police stopped me, I had to walk around like this so it wouldn't spill out. Have you been drinking, sir? But I tell you, driving a truck is not as mundane as it may seem. And I got involved with a firm, and they sent me to, because they wanted a heavy goods vehicle driver, and they sent me to a truck driving school. And I fell in love with heavy goods vehicles. It's amazing. There's a whole etiquette about it. And the first thing they teach you at this truck driving school is how to lech out of the cab window. Because it's obligatory. So every time you pass a young lady in the street, you've got to hang out your cab. Oh, Charlie, now you're going all right. Fancy you, lovely, I'll show you a thing or so. And all the women are the same. Yobbo! You drive past without doing anything. Blimey, you don't have to get some stick. What's the matter with me, you homosexual? And I drove for a firm called George Mason's. They don't exist anymore, but they were a... The vehicle insurance was too much, you know. And they were a grocery firm, and they were based in, this is not regional, but you may have heard of it, a place called Solihull. It's outside of Birmingham, and it's a really snotty area, you know. Hello, 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 hello. And I used to deliver groceries, and it was really weird because they used to shop at, you know, these George Masons, and they used to walk around, good morning, hello, and they'd buy like a rasher of bacon and 2 eggs. And I'd have to deliver it in a 3.5-ton truck, you know. And while I was doing this job, I became aware of an affliction that I have that I was not aware of before, although I'd had suspicions. And hang on. And I have an afflicted right leg. Not immediately apparent, I will agree, but this right leg is a sort of femme fatale to any male dog. This leg has been screwed by every dog in Solihull. It is, in fact, 1 inch longer than the leg. And that's a pretty awkward affliction to have when you're delivering groceries, because most of the time you're defenceless. You're walking up the drive with a big box of groceries, you know. You ring the bell with your nose, ring. Good morning, madam. You're, Get this dog off me! It's all right, he won't be long. I don't bloody care. And I didn't have my own motor at the time. And what I used to do, at night, like unbeknownst to George Mason's, I used to borrow the truck and go out socialising, discos and dances. You know. Used to stick it in the car park, you could never get anything else in, you know. And the thing is, once you're inside the dance, no one knows what you do. You could be really cool. You know, hi. Hey there. I'm into gilt-edged bonds. Golly. And I used to chat to all the ladies as normal, you know, and I used to offer them lifts home without actually telling them what they were going home in. The faces when they saw the truck, and oh, yep. It was a big rope and tackle job, helping them get up. You know, come on up you go, go on. Whoa. Used to drive them home, but you could never get anywhere. You can't be suave in a 3.5 tonner, can you? Used to get them home, you know. See you again? Certainly not. Good night. Good night. Ah! Mind the step! One night, I went to this really posh dance in Solihull. Terribly, terribly posh. All the old hoo-ha Henrys were there. Hello, hello. All trying to grow chins, aren't they? Hello, hello. My chin's bigger than yours. And I was looking a bit smooth, you know. I'd got my white suit on. And a pair of dark glasses, which would have looked terrific, but I'd trodden on them earlier, and they weren't too good. So I stood on the side of the dance floor watching these 8,000 dancers. And I started to chat to a very posh young lady. Her name was Davina Jacobson. I went, hi there, Davina, I'm into gilt-edged bonds. And I said, have you got a lift home, Davina? She said, well, I don't really know, Jasper. They came with Malcolm, he's gone home with Henry. Oh, way of the world. So I said, she said, have you got any wheels? I said, I got 8 of them. Oh, super. So I thought, well, I couldn't wait for the end of the dance. Come on, Davina, this is what we're going home in. Fabuloso! Is this yours, Jasper? Yeah. Yippee, I'm going home in a truck! And she was a horsey woman because she leapt straight into the cab. I was driving home, she was just telling me, what a fabulous lorry, Jasper, isn't it all lumpety and bumpety, and look at all the Yorkies. It's all full of groceries. Look at the bacon. I adore bacon, Jasper. I thought, well, I've got no chance here, so I dropped her off. I said, I'll see you again. She said, oh, yes, call round tomorrow. It's Sunday. We'll go for a spin in the truck. Call round after dinner and bring your bacon. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. I thought, well, anything's worth a try. And it's Sunday morning, had a bath, got the old bacon joint out. And... hey, let's go, Porky, hey! In the truck off to Solihull, you know. And she lives in one of these great big posh houses with a massive in-and-out gravel drive. You know, I had that truck up, that... and the gravel was... I went round 4 times. Pulled up outside the front door. It's got these air brakes. I do that pretty well, don't I? Well, actually, they never bloody well worked, you know. Every time you pulled up in the high street, there'd be a copper standing there, and you had to go... I walked up to the front door, and I rang the bell with my nose. Ring. I could never get out of the damn habit of that. And the door opened, and it was a mum. Yes? George Mason's, I'm sorry, we're Sainsbury's. I said, I've called for Davina. Are you Jasper? Huh. Oh. Davina? It's Jasper. Oh, fabuloso. Mummy, it's Jasper. He's got a super big truck. Isn't he absolutely wonderful? Mummy, this is Jasper. Jasper, this is Mummy. How do you do, Mrs. Jacobson? At that precise moment, Sebastian appears, who is an Afghan hound. You're way ahead, aren't you? He sees the right leg. I had no chance. Get him up, Lane! They were beating him with bricks and sticks. Kick his balls! The ones on the lawn! Well, anyone can make a mistake, can't they? There are tears in my eyes, let alone his. They led me into the lounge and I had to meet her dad, and he wasn't too impressed. Oh, you look a mess. I said, I should think so. I've just been raped by a bloody Afghan. I had to meet her auntie and her grandma and her uncles, and they're all there. Hello, hello. Everybody's wondering where the smell of the bacon's coming from. I thought, I bet they're Jewish. I bet they're bloody Jewish. So we yatter on about guilt bonds for an hour. Then Sebastian appears. And luckily, he's too knackered to do anything. So what does he do? He sits down in the middle of the room in full view of everybody, starts licking his bum. But no. Oh, no. Isn't that embarrassing? What can you say, Wish I could do that. You know when you said the wrong thing, don't you? Davina's mum let me off. She looked me in the eye and said, if you give him a biscuit, he'll let you. Thanks, good night.